Hi, this is Rev Ed with today's Back Porch Devotional from Psalm 133. Behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. It's like the precious oil on the head, running down on the beard of Aaron, running down on the collar of his robes. It is like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life forevermore. This is the next to last of the songs of ascents, the songs that the pilgrims would sing on their way up to Jerusalem. And you can feel the anticipation as they're getting close to Jerusalem and the temple where they'll be gathered together for worship at one of the great festivals of the Jewish year. And the psalmist, which is David in this case, is celebrating the blessings and the joy of the unity of God's people. Behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell together in unity. That is such a beautiful picture of what life together with God's people together ought to be like. He says it's good and it's pleasant. You know, there's some things that are good for us that are not pleasant. Surgery comes to mind. And there are things that are pleasant which may not be good for us. It might be pleasant to eat an entire chocolate cake for breakfast, but you're going to regret it. But this is good and pleasant when brothers and sisters dwell together in unity. He says it's like oil on the head, running down on the beard. When people greeted one another in that time, it was customary to pour oil over their heads, which served as a refreshing thing as one was coming in from the heat. It was fragrant and it was pleasant, and it just was a sign of blessing and hospitality. That's what unity among God's people is like. David also says it's like the dew on Mount Hermon, which evidently is very thick and very rich, and it waters the valleys around it. There are blessings upon blessings for all who are touched by the unity of God's people. And I think it's important for us to remember that unity does not mean uniformity. It is very possible to have people who hold different opinions of things and yet be united in their love for God and their love for one another. It's dangerous, I think, when we take unity to mean that everybody has to agree all the time on everything. It's a little scary to me to know of a church where the pastor says something and everybody's head nods in rhythm and no one dares to raise a hand or a question about anything. That's not healthy. If everybody has the same opinion, then a whole bunch of people are unnecessary. Now, there are things that we ought to be unified about. The centrality of the gospel, the person of Jesus Christ, the way of salvation, what the life of faith looks like. But there are a lot of places where we do not have to be in perfect agreement, and we can still be unified. Jesus, on the night before he was crucified, was praying to his heavenly Father. And in John chapter 17, he says that he is praying not only for his immediate disciples, the ones he's getting ready to leave behind, but those who are to come. He says this, I do not ask for these only, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they may all be one. Just as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they may also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. Jesus gives the world the right to determine whether or not we are truly Christian and whether or not Jesus was truly sent by the Father. The world can use our unity as Christian brothers and sisters to make an evaluation about how serious we are about this life of faith. We are meant to be united. And of course, in order to be united, you have to be together. It's possible to be together through these electronic means, but it is really important for us to be together in life, to share the daily burdens, to lift each other up in prayer, to walk with one another through whatever's going on, and to demonstrate to the world that even though we don't always agree on everything. We are united in our love for the Lord and our love for one another. The blessings of unity are not just for the immediate people and the congregation involved, they are a blessing to the larger community around them. This is how we shall bless the world, by demonstrating the love of Christ for one another and then for those who are outside the immediate congregation. It is good and it is pleasant when the people of God dwell together. Let's seek that blessing for ourselves and for those around us. The Lord be with you this day.